people. Que pasa, say what they do. Welcome to Crime Time News, where the difference is in the Med Scarlet News with a buzz. Women out there, do not pick up these elderly, obsessive, jealous psycho men for monetary gain. Do not trade PUMS and affection, which is fake love and affection, for financial gain. It is a recipe for disaster. I am speaking about an incident that transpired on Old Hope Road the other day, in which a man lit down a woman, mowed down a pawpaw, both of them. The story starts like this. Apparently, 44-year-old Mr. Osborne Sproul was having some sorts of domestic dispute with a young lady that he knew. Apparently, there was some sorts of relationship. However, there was trouble in paradise. It seems as if, from the pawpaw report, these people have been arguing, going back and forth for days, weeks, and months. So it seems as if Mr. Sproul decided that, listen, this was the straw that broke the camel's back. He had some sorts of diabolical plan that he was going to take away this lady and then take away himself. There was half success, almost the other half. However, I'll explain. He called this young lady and he went and he told her that he's going to take her to work. She lives in Garden Town. He drove from Garden Town, pick up this lady. They were driving on the main road, and for some strange, unforeseen reason, he decided to take a detour going on some sorts of lonely bush area. He then started to threaten this young lady's life and tell her, say, listen, this is it. Me I go TEKWEH and then me I go TEKWEH myself. Don't know what happened. It seems as if this young lady talk him out, sweet talk him and tell him where he want to hear. He then decided that he was going to drive back on Old Hope Road, which would be the main road at the intersection of Garden Drive. She lives in Garden Town, so I guess the intersection. The young lady was obviously scared for her life, and she saw the opportunity to open the door and jump out, some sorts of MacGyver-ish. It was then, it seems as if an officer was driving behind that vehicle and spot what was going on and say, hold on a minute, I want to go on this. So, me not see somebody jump out there like some sort of superhero. He then pulled up by this lady that was laying in the street, injured, scratch up from jumping out of this vehicle. He bent down and he was rendering some sorts of assistance. It was then the 44-year-old man, Mr. Osborne, decided that me I go make a U-turn and me I go move over all of them, everybody at DEAD. He was partially successful. Yes, he did hit them, and yes, they were in serious condition. A passerby, Good Samaritan, picked them up, drove them to the closest hospital, which would have been the University of the West Indies, just up the street. They are now in stable condition. I guess when the pawpaw got hit, he was taking notes of the registration license plate of that car and then run some sorts of background check on the vehicle. And they saw who the vehicle belonged to. Don't know if that vehicle was spotted. However, it is said that in Beverly Hills, they found the vehicle and they found the man. It seems as if he had some sorts of short rope and he made a long jump off a tall tree. People, that is not usually a recipe for success, meaning that people, DEADING, G. Now people, here's the thing. Women out there, men out there, whenever you're there with any sort of man or woman, vice versa, and you are taking their things, and you realize that this person is a loose cannon, if them show you say, listen, me jealous, me obsessive, me have anger management problem, me like lick, me like KICK, me like joke, me like do all manner of evil, I am a dangerous character. When somebody tells you who they are and show you, you should believe them. So therefore, don't take people things, because whenever you take people things, them are going to want back something in a return. It is called a favor for a favor, nothing for nothing. Anything in life that comes free, it goes free, and it includes your life and it includes your freedom. So me just say, this man did not just start. What he did on that day, in which he tried to take with this lady, hurt the popo, and then eventually take with himself. This was always a plan. She had to see all sorts of signs. She had to gotten all sorts of threats, meaning him go do this, him go do that. So what would possess most women when they see so many signs? Remember the song, life is one big road with a lot of signs. You have to make up your mind for face reality. You cannot be walking or living through life with your eyes wide shut. So therefore, if the man make you know some violent, and if man make you know say, listen, me I go take you away because you take me things and you're there with the next man, or whatever the circumstance is. Whatever it is no sort of justification for anybody taking away anybody's life. People have been cheating from the start of time. It is not an isolated incident. It is more the norm. So therefore, expect the best, hope for the best, and expect the worst. The worst more than likely will happen to the average man or the average woman. So me just say, this man show you the sign and then you make him pick you up. After some sort of argument, you went into a vehicle with him and wanted him to drop you to work. Why do you think that something good was going to come out of that? Stop trying to tell yourself that you don't want to be inconvenient. You don't want to let go of that finance or whatever this man is doing for you monetarily. Because you are only going to lose your life. So therefore, you cannot be penny-wise and pound foolish. Why gain monetary things, sex, whatever it is, a drive, transportation, only if you lose your life? It makes absolutely no sorts of sense. So me just say, don't pick up man, don't pick up woman if you just plan to use them. Because if and when the tables turn, you have nobody to blame but yourself. I am not saying that it is justified, me just say. Because it was quite obvious what this man's intention was on that fateful day. He was going to take you out. However, he wanted to torture you first. He wanted to make sure he sees that scare looking at your eyes before him take you out. Because imagine, if you jump from the vehicle, and when you jump from the vehicle, him realize that somebody else had try help you, then he made a U-turn and try for MO double down both of you. It tells you that that man wanted you DEAD. It tells you that that man had planned that, listen, 2 hours ago today, it is 2 for 1. So therefore, misery loves company. He is going to take you away. Whatever the situation was, he was not going to leave you for some sorts of other man. People, now that you are forewarned, like them say, or like I always say, a wise man or a wise woman learns from their mistake. A wiser man or a wiser woman learns from the mistakes of others. Because it is obvious in this case, this man did not just chip or lick him chip that day. This man was always some sorts of loose cannon. She saw the signs, but she chose to ignore it. whether it is because of monetary gains or transportation or convenience to live. However, it would come back and almost came back and haunted her. Had it not been for the intervention of this popo, more than likely she would also be gone, point blank and period. Further on in the news and continuing on the theme of makeup sex might not make you wake up sex. I am speaking about an incident that occurred in a place called Goshen District that is in Moko. Moko is in Clarendon, where a man was stabbed at least twice by his girlfriend. Apparently, they were having some sorts of argument, some sorts of disputes. However, he decided that, yeah, me I go check my girlfriend. This is something that we do all the time. It is called break up to make up. Makeup sex is the best type of sex. However, the tables would turn on that day. Apparently, this man had sex with his girlfriend at his girlfriend's house at about midday. He then fell asleep. I guess he was tired. He exhausted, too much energy. While he was sleeping, drawing all sorts of Z, he felt a sharp thing to his side, to his back. Him jump up fast, shocked out of his sleep. When him look at the girlfriend and her face, makeup with a big sharp object in her hand. She then rush him one more time, one more in the belly. Him jump up, fly up, jump up like Cartoon Network Tom and Jerry. Run out of the house. She rush him TEKWEH himself. Friend drop him off at the hospital. He was in serious condition. He is now stable. People, those are not my words. That is the Popo report. That is the information that he told the Popo while he was being treated by the medical staff at the hospital. The Popo came and they did some sorts of interrogation, some sorts of investigation. Just in case he did not make it, at least they would know the name, know who the suspect is. Who tried for KILL this man? It was his ex-girlfriend. Now people, red flags, ex-girlfriend, ex-boyfriend. And sometimes them say, listen, you can't start the fire burning again. But usually, when you break up with somebody, it is best that you leave. You go east, she go west, she go north, you go south, vice versa. You can coexist, you can have conversations that are civil, but me just say, when you and the ex get back, especially when it is some sorts of breakup that was very bad, it is never a good idea. So people don't know exactly what transpired. I was not hiding under the bed, but it seems as if she tricked him and she woke him and then she tried to FUCK him up. So therefore she woke him and she tried to duck him, meaning take him out, at least make him feel the pain, and he did at least twice. Now if you ask the average person, if you are somebody mad, especially if you ask a woman, maybe if a man mad with a woman, he will take some pump same way. However, the average decent woman, if they mad with you, you not get nothing, the shop I go lock. So therefore, when this man left from wherever he was at, he knows or knew the conversation that they had. How is it that something changed? You know, sister, she trick him. She knows that as soon as him get 2 piece, then him drop asleep, him start to draw all sorts of Z. So therefore, she draw for the kitchen BITCH. And she did to him what a wicked BITCH would do. And that is trying to take him out, or at least injure him very, very badly. So, luckily for this man, him jump up or wake up faster than he fell asleep. Luckily, he did not get the third JUCK because, like them say, The third time is a charm. Better yet, 3 strikes and you're out. People, me no know what happened. Me no know what kind of foreplay took place. Me no know if him never go on good. Me no know if him hold DEAD. So therefore she figure if him HOOD, DEAD, might as well him DEAD too. People, I was not there. Me just say some sorts of possible. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like these, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. And last but not least, please subscribe to my next channel. It is called Jamaica Dancehall Source. I'll be pinning the link to that channel in the description of this video. Bless up.